That's when my whole world gets turned upside down. Cause if there's one thing I know, it's that I don't know shit.
Is Frances Salazar, a woman unjustly sent to prison for almost 2 years because a Phoenix officer had a history of lying.
As long as the flow stays steady, no one's gonna bat an eye.
This is crazy. I don't know shit about fuck.
And it was never disclosed before her trial.
We've reported on this case a lot. She filed a lawsuit, and in a new ruling, the judge says the case will go to trial unless Phoenix settles.
ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biscobing got a copy of that ruling. It blasts the outgoing police chief and raises deeper concerns about the entire department.
The judge found soon-to-be retired Chief Jerry Williams didn't understand one of the most important constitutional rights we have, that we have a right to all of the evidence against us, including her officer's history of past lies and misconduct. That evidence is known as Brady material.
Good afternoon, Chief Williams.
Good afternoon.
This is video of the chief under oath, testifying in a remote deposition.
When I say Brady, just generally, do you know what I'm referring to?
I do.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Williams knew very little.
You asked me the question if I knew who was on the Brady list, and I indicated to you I don't. So that is still my same response. I don't know who's on the Brady list.
Now, the Brady list, what's that? It's a list used to track officers with a history of dishonesty, crimes, or other integrity concerns. And that's because in the 1963 case, Brady v. Maryland, the Supreme Court ruled negative information like that has to be disclosed to defendants in criminal cases. And in this 38-page ruling, the court found the chief and her department have a problem. Quote, the evidence suggests that Police Chief Williams herself was unfamiliar with Brady requirements. In her deposition, Chief Williams could not identify the constitutional amendment Brady relies on.
Absolutely, I'm going to send that to Arizona Post.
And a critical piece of that evidence came from the chief's interview with us back in 2020. That's when we asked her a very simple question.
We found that it was, as of last year, about between 100 and 110 active Phoenix officers were on the Brady list. How do you feel about that?
I feel that that's a process that's been set up to make sure that the Maricopa County Attorney's Office and the prosecutors can engage in asking people questions during the voir dire process.
Bitch, please! I'm 11, not 5.
Voir dire has nothing to do with Brady lists. It's jury selection. And in the deposition, she was questioned about our interview.
Have you ever talked about Brady with any media sources?
Yes.
Okay. Which media source?
ABC 15.
Okay. Do you remember the substance of that conversation?
I got asked questions about Brady, and there are a couple of statements that I misspoke on.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Okay, what did you misspeak on?
Well, I was trying to explain the whole Brady process, and I should have left that to MCAO instead of trying to figure it out on my own.
As Chief of Police, are you expected to have a working knowledge of Brady?
The Chief of Police, I'm not to be the subject matter expert on Brady list.
Williams is under oath because of Frances Salazar. She's suing because she unjustly spent 22 months in prison for alleged drug possession. Her conviction based solely on the testimony of a Phoenix officer named Anthony Armour. There's no body camera, no drug tests, just his word.
Have an officer who got on the stand and told you, I confronted her and she said, I'll take responsibility for it. That's it. End of inquiry.
The judge eventually tossed out Frances's conviction because the court didn't know Armour was a documented liar. See, a year before the trial, he falsely arrested a different woman and lied about it. And since Chief Williams doesn't understand Brady, the judge's new order in the Salazar case found it raises a lot of concerns about the rest of the department. There's little, if any, training for officers on Brady. Their confusing policy on Brady is just a half page, and a jury might find that Phoenix made a deliberate choice not to train officers.
Have you implemented any specific training requirements on Brady material for your police officers?
I have not.
And the ruling ends with this. Lastly, it would not be unreasonable for a jury to conclude that Salazar's injury and her 22-month confinement would have been avoided if the department had implemented proper training and supervision regarding Brady.
Oh, I love you guys. Come here.
Chief Williams, do you know anything about my client, Frances Salazar?
Do I know anything about who and who?
I don't know shit about fuck.
So my client, her name's Frances Salazar. Do you know anything about her generally?
No, other than she's suing me.
So again, Francis Salazar's case moves forward, but it raises much bigger issues for the city and raises a very serious question. How many other people didn't get Brady material because the city didn't know what they were doing? Are there hundreds, thousands? That answer could be a legal nightmare, especially since the city is under DOJ investigation. I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
When I think I got every little thing